Hello and welcome back to one of our first post-COVID interviews. We're very excited to be back here at the North Bondi Surf Club, and today we are joined by Hamilton Kings, who during the time of COVID pivoted and started something really quite special. Let's hear all about it. Now Hamilton, thank you so much for joining us here. This is back to where we first met, isn't it? Bondi Social, just up the hill?
Pretty much so. I think it was the old across the road actually, and for beginning of Bonta Winter Magic.
Yes, that's right. When we first put that ice rink on the beach 10 years ago. What a great time. Tell us a little bit about the journey since then.
Okay, so I left Bondi about 5 years ago, and since then I've opened a couple of other restaurants closer to the city. So one in Surrey Hills, Pizza Autentico, and also Honkers, where I'm at currently now.
And tell us a bit about Honkers. That's a great place.
Yeah, Honkers is great. It's basically I opened that up 2 years ago, and the whole idea of it is it's a bit of a take on Hong Kong, or what Hong Kong used to be. So the food's Pan-Asian. There's a bit of Vietnamese, Korean, and Japanese. It's kind of a melting pot of Asia. Yeah, and it's going really strongly now that we've reopened again.
And tell us, what would be your signature dish?
Definitely the karaage chicken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hate to say it, it's fried chicken. Everybody loves fried chicken.
I almost would have said the trout because that's one of my favourites.
Yeah, I know. It's probably a far nicer dish,
Yeah.
but in terms of what is most popular, fried chicken.
Yeah.
It goes every day of the week.
And Honkers, of course, was a function. You had that wonderful function space upstairs. So obviously COVID changed a lot of that.
Yeah, totally. Well, I mean, the weeks leading up to COVID, in the beginning of March, we were just losing function by function. I was like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And then all of a sudden we were shut down. So 70% of our business is functions and events. Wow. So it's really, it obviously took a massive toll. And we're still, not sure when that will actually pick up again. So it's been a tough time, but I suppose it's given me the opportunity to spend time on other things. And that's where I came up with Love Local, which is basically delivering localised meals for restaurants in the localised areas. So we're now in Potts Point, Darlinghurst and Surrey Hills. We've got about 20 restaurants on the platform and really going up against Uber and Deliveroo.
So Hamilton, tell us a bit about the benefits of Love Local.
Well, for the benefits, I mean, basically for the consumer, is they're getting it quicker and faster because it's being delivered from their local shop as opposed to being, getting something from Potts Point delivered to Bondi. So the food's better. For the businesses, they're paying a lot less. So with Uber Eats and Deliveroo, it's 30% that they charge, whereas I'm only charging 12%. So it's you're saving 20%, almost 20%. It's a massive, massive difference.
And does that charge sometimes get passed on to the consumer?
Unfortunately, it does. So basically, the business can charge whatever they like. Therefore, they could charge a higher inflated rate through Uber Eats or Deliveroo.
So Love Local actually, of course, brings it back down so the consumer gains and so does the restaurant.
Yeah, pretty much. So basically, you're always going to get a better price with Love Local, yeah.
And so who's your target market?
Basically, people who are local. I've been amazed by how supportive my local community has been to myself and all the other small business owners in the area. It's been obviously a very tough time for a lot of people, and for definitely for me from a, it's been really tough, but I think there's some great things that are coming out of it.
Especially for small business, because the backbone of the Australian economy, of course, is small business, and that's where we first met in the Chambers of Commerce, is actually keeping support of your local businesses and making sure that we can actually keep them growing as the backbone.
Yeah, no, totally agree, 100% agree. I think that people will see that a lot more going forward and realise that, big business is important, obviously, and it does definitely makes the world go round, but we do need to have more Australian holidays. We do need to be spending more money within, our Australian community.
And how do you see Love Local? As that something that you think can expand throughout?
Definitely. So I've been, I've been amazed by the response from my community. I've had the Bondi Chamber of Commerce, I've had Leichhardt Chamber of Commerce and Marrickville, all who are interested in taking on Love Local into their communities. So I think it really is a story of growth. We're building an app at the moment, so that's hopefully they say a couple of weeks and will probably be a couple of months, but it shouldn't be too far away from actually having an app, because at the moment we're just using a web base, which is great, but it's not,
everything moves onto apps, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and it's just not competitive enough. So I think, yeah, anything could be possible. And because people are happier to support local, then it's going to grow. Yeah, that's good.
I think it's amazing, and thank you so much for pivoting during the time of COVID.
Thank you, no worries.
And look, really thank you so much again for joining us. It's been wonderful knowing you over all these years, from sort of 10, 12 years ago, and look forward to seeing you grow.
Thanks very much, Marianne. Thanks very much for today.